what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do, okay?
Mr. President, do you think there was an assassination?
I don't know enough to, I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So I want to make sure we have all the facts before I make any more comments. Thank you.
Are you worried about President safety?
That was President Biden addressing the nation after former President Trump was presumptively shot at a rally in Pennsylvania. Shots rang out at this rally. We are told the potential shooter is dead. Someone in the crowd is also dead. But what really stood out to me from this address was the president called former President Trump Donald. I'm trying to get a hold of Donald. I hope he's okay. All of the kind of political vernacular has kind of faded away, and now he's talking human to human. He said Donald is with doctors. I'm trying to get a hold of him. He, of course, condemned what happened, condemned political violence. He said, quote, "It's sick."
He also said he's trying to learn more information. We do know that some kind of firearm was discharged, and we're trying to learn about how what exactly happened. We have heard from Donald Trump Jr. as well, just in the last few minutes, sent by an aide. Don Jr. was not there. Donald Trump Jr. not there. But he said, quote, "I just spoke to my father on the phone, and he is in great spirits. He will never stop fighting to save America, no matter what the radical left throws at him." Okay, we don't know about the intention of this shooter or motivation in any way at this time. That's a quote from Donald Trump Jr., the former president's son. President Biden, in his brief remarks from Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, a place where he likes to enjoy some peace and quiet on the weekend, not this weekend, having to speak out about violence at a political rally. He called it sick.
We have Major Garrett also on the line. Major, what do you take away from the president's remarks, and what are you hearing from your sources?
Well, first of all, everyone, I just got to Milwaukee. I got here about 5 minutes ago, right off the airplane, and was shocked to hear the news out of Butler, Pennsylvania. The president's remarks are all the nation knows, and he's at the top of the pyramid of all the available information. I can tell you this from Milwaukee. I just got off the phone with Reince Priebus, former Republican National Committee chairman, former White House chief of staff to Donald Trump, and now currently the chairman of the Republican National Convention here in Milwaukee. He said three things. One, he's been on the phone with those close to former President Trump. The former President Trump is well, does not expect to change anything about the program here in Milwaukee, will come in here, if anything, more energized, more raring to go. That is a word from Reince Priebus about everything that is planned for the 4 days to commence tomorrow here in Milwaukee. I asked Reince Priebus, do you expect the security situation here in Milwaukee to change as a result of the events in Butler, Pennsylvania? He said, not yet. He said, but I will probably get a briefing in the not too distant future. There are a lot of other priorities ahead of that right now, but he's expecting that something might change. I can tell you this, having just gotten here to downtown Milwaukee already, the standard lengthy multi-block security perimeter is being erected as I speak. Blocks are being blocked off all around. That standard protocol for Republican or Democratic national conventions has been for many, many years. What we don't know is, starting tomorrow, will the plans that they had going into this event in any way be tightened as a result of the violence in Butler, Pennsylvania, and the very near miss on former President Trump? Reince Priebus did not have any insights into that. But what he does know, and what he was able to convey to me, is former president is well, expects to be here all 4 days in Milwaukee, and wants the program to go as planned. That's what I know.
We now have a doctor who was on the scene and treating people, Dr. Jim Sweetland. Dr. Sweetland, what did you see, and who did you treat? What were the extent of the injuries?
Yes, hi. Thank you for having me on. I was in the stands about 30 feet away from an individual that received a head wound, a headshot. he was on the right. He was on the lower portion of the same stands. I was looking at the graph when I heard what sounded like firecrackers going off. I saw the Secret Service then swarm over Donald Trump, and somebody near the location of this individual cried out, he's down, he's hurt, he's been shot. And so, being an emergency department physician, I just went into muscle memory and went down there to assist him.
And how did you assist him, doctor? And what did he look like? What were the extent of his wounds? It sounds like this was a male. What can you describe for us?
It's a male. He appeared to be mid-30s. I believe he was Hispanic. He was wearing a Trump rally shirt. He was shot in the head. His body was twisted around and wedged between two benches that were in the stand. He was not breathing. He did not have a pulse or at all. He appeared fairly gravely ill. With the help of 3 other people, I was able to get him back up on a bench, and I administered CPR. I breathed for him, standard CPR, and also did chest compressions. There was a lot of blood that was spilt on the stands where he lay, as well as brain matter.
Doctor, did he appear to have any family with him, or did he seem like he was alone?
He seemed like there was 2 family members. I continued to try to resuscitate him. 2 Pennsylvania State police officers approached and tapped me and said, "We got him." They're big guys. They lifted him off the bench like a rag doll. They thought I was family. I said, "No, I'm an emergency department physician, just trying to help." And they gathered up 2 family members and they left.
Doctor, this is Margaret Brennan in Washington. I am sorry for all that you have gone through. Thank you for sharing your account. I wonder if you can share with us any detail of what you witnessed in terms of whether you saw what the injury was caused by. Was there impact from the bullet, or, as we're seeing rumors of, was there shrapnel? Was there glass that sprayed that also caused injuries in the area?
Yeah, no, this was a bullet wound that was in the right temporal area above the right ear. The bone was elevated, and there was profuse blood and excuse me for saying this, brain matter coming there. So it really was a bullet wound, an entry wound. Looking at him, I did not examine him beyond performing CPR. I did not see an exit wound.
Did you, doctor, have any visibility into others in the area who might have had injuries? And could you tell from the distance you were at what the former president was injured by? We can see in images that there was blood, but we don't know if, for example, he had a close call, if this was shrapnel, if this was glass, or do you have any way of knowing?
I have no way of knowing the injuries to the president. I was focused entirely on that poor individual that was shot. And once you're in that mode, you really don't pay attention to the surroundings. I did look briefly for any guns or weapons in the area where he was or around where other members of his family were. I didn't see any weapons, no guns, no knives, nothing.
Could you tell the distance at which the shot was taken? Did you see the origin of the shot?
I couldn't tell. Again, I'm not a telemetry expert, but the way the wound entered, it was, I think, from the trees or from a distance, it seemed. And sometimes it looked like an assassination. They'll shoot the individual in front of them so they then can shoot their true target. I just thought of that as I was dealing with this individual.
Mm-hmm. Doctor, since you are a medical professional, the fact that the former president was able to stand up, we heard him say, get my shoe. He had a trickle of blood, but he had his arms around others. That would, as we are hearing from these statements from his campaign, suggest that he is fine. What was it that you think took him off his feet?
I don't know because I did not witness that. When I turned around, the Secret Service were already piled on him, and my attention was entirely on this individual, so I could not really assess the president how he was walking off the stage. The first thing I said when I got up and I turned to my friend said, "Did Trump walk off the stage?" And he said, "Yes." And so to me, that indicated that the wound was not severe, at least at that moment.
Doctor, you were there as an attendee. Tell us about the level of security required to enter these fairgrounds.
It was quite tight. I mean, it was a good hour to get in. There were an hour to get in the line to go through the metal detectors. I happen to have artificial knees that always lights up metal detectors, and they had to wand me after I got in, and they confirmed that I had that. It was quite tight. I felt pretty secure there. Okay. Also, where my vantage point in the stands, I could observe I could observe what I consider to be SWAT snipers with sound.
To press on to I have to talk over this video to ensure that I don't get hit with copyright infringement. Good evening, Palm Bay. This news is of national interest, so I'm just doing you guys a favor of broadcasting it. If you can hear me, can somebody type hello in the chat? And sometimes I have to talk over this video to ensure that they don't hit me with copyright infringement. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is the broadcast from CBS News. Can you guys hear me? We'll have to talk every so often to ensure that I don't get hit with copyright infringement. It's the 1, 2, 3. It's the 1, 2, 3. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, everyone. I'm gonna go get some dinner. Unfortunately, this is happening in our nation. Thanks for watching. Prayers for everybody involved. Prayers for everyone involved. Let's keep the nation in our prayers. Have a good night, everyone.